I'm going to say something pretty crass right now, but I think it's true nonetheless. You personally, you watching this right now, you can end the Iran war, and you can end every war in the future. Now, the question is, are we going to? Probably not, but we can definitely try. So what the fuck am I even talking about? Because this is obviously one hot topic at the moment. I guess what I'm talking about is that it's easy to feel helpless in this world when we have all these supposed leaders making decisions that affect people like us that we didn't fucking sign up for. And you wonder, what the hell can I do? What do I do against deranged, sociopathic narcissists with nuclear arsenals? Well, the only thing you can do, which is to take responsibility for the impact that you have in this world, for the state of your mind, for the vibrational signature that you are sending out into the field, into the quantum field, that you are not separate from. Many people make the mistake of thinking that they are a separate entity, like you're just this little thing, this little meat puppet walking around on the planet, and you don't really have much impact and everything's separate from you. You know, you go outside like I am right now and you have encounters with reality, but you are reality, and reality is inextricably linked to you. You and it are not independent. If you've never looked into it, I encourage you to research something called the Maharishi effect. The Maharishi effect is an impact that happens on the broader reality when many individuals become harmonized and meditated on the inside. So there was an experiment in the 90s in Washington, D.C., where at the time, Washington was the murder capital. And so a bunch of transcendental meditators had approached the police chief. They asked him what percentage change would need to see in the homicide rate before they would say, holy shit, something has interfered here. They said probably like 10% or something like that. And they were looking at the trajectory of homicides, and it was only climbing. Then like 1,000 people practicing transcendental meditation would sit together each day, meditating for a set period of time, and essentially sending out a unified, harmonious, vibrational signature into the field. And they did this for a number of weeks. In that time, they started noticing that incidents of homicide were suddenly dropping. Eventually, many more people started joining in as word got out. And if I remember correctly, by the end of the experiment, they had effectively lowered the murder rate that was statistically established over multiple years by somewhere around 20%. Now this sounds like absolute fucking baloney magic, doesn't it? But the fact is, everything is connected. And us individuals, human individuals, we are so much more powerful than we would allow ourselves to believe, which is also why there is such a coordinated effort to suppress the power of the individual, to lower our energetic potential. It does sometimes feel like there is a coordinated effort to suppress our potential. We don't believe in the power of one. We believe that, oh, if it's just me, then what can I do about it? And I guess the point of this video is to establish a counterpoint. There was a quote on a wall on a restaurant called Earth Cafe. Never doubt the ability of a small group of individuals to change the world. In fact, in all of history, it's the only thing that ever has. Every great change comes down to an individual at the end of the day. The idea that you cannot make a change in the world is an illusion that serves the current power structure. These entities and structures that you may want to change, they benefit from individuals like us believing that we can't make a difference. And I want to tell you that that's a bunch of bullshit. And in fact, you walking into a room in an aligned state, feeling present and feeling good, can impact the other people who are in that room. Just your presence can change the state of other people. It can change how their day goes. It can change what they believe in, how much they believe in themselves. If you go into a corner shop and you are suddenly really genuinely interested and friendly fully and present with the person working behind the counter, not just looking at them as some extension of the shop for you to use to acquire some kind of product, but an actual human being worthy of respect, of patience, of love. And you just get them to feel that for a moment, because you didn't just ask, how are you? But you asked a second follow-up question. And sometimes that's all it takes. You might completely change that person's life that day. You never know. The amount of people who are walking around feeling so disconnected from one another, from humanity, from reality, from their community. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to humans connecting with one another, being kind, being patient. And that's a free gift that you can give anyone at any time, all day, every day. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now, but I'm hoping you're getting the gist. The point really that I was going to say is that most people are extremely unoptimized in how they live their lives. You know, we're in a state of stress and paranoia and overthinking and worry. And that is actually something that you can address quite effortlessly. And in fact, so effortlessly, it makes no sense that it would work. The thing I'm talking about, which you will notice will become a pattern, is speaking about regulating and calming the voice inside your head through meditation practices. Meditation is the biggest underdog in the world. Everybody thinks they know what it is, especially the people who need it the most. And then you go, it's not really for me, it's just some bullshit, it doesn't really work. It's for people who have too much time on their hands, some spiritual kind of esoteric stuff, right? No, it's actually just you deciding to sharpen the blade that you have to use all day, every day to navigate reality. I can think of many analogies. It's you taking the car in for the first service in 20 years, if you've never meditated and you're 20 years old. It's just making your life easier. It's putting your ducks in a row. It's sorting yourself out. It's clearing the fog. It's removing the debris. It's lining things up in the most important place that you can line things up, which is your consciousness, the state of your mind, the way that you think, the way that you show up, the way that you regulate your emotions. This is everything. This determines the quality of your life. And so it's so wild to me that there is a lever, a single activity that takes no effort at all, just takes a little time, a few minutes a day. And the impact it will have is it will literally change your entire fucking life. It's done it to me. It's done it to hundreds, if not thousands of people that I've taught this to now. And I see from their messages the impact that these practices, this one practice has had on their life. And it's the same impact that it had on mine. It opened my mind. It made me present. It made me realize that I'm not the voice inside my head. It allowed me to see that I have choices in every single second. You can choose negative thoughts. You can choose positive thoughts. You can choose to ignore all of your thoughts. You can just be in this one moment that you get to experience for a second. This moment, right now. This moment that you're sitting somewhere in the world with me, looking at a screen, listening to all the shit that's coming out of my mouth right now. Which isn't shit, because it's actually the most important thing there is. Not because I'm important, but because the thing that I'm talking about is universal. The quality of your thinking, the quality of your mind. You can learn the skill of regulating the voice inside your head, and when you do, your energy field will change, and you will impact people differently, and you will believe in your own potential differently. And I want this for you. I want this for the world. I want everybody to be aware of this, because if everybody took responsibility for their mental health and their energy and their emotions and their words the way that we take responsibility for brushing our teeth, then there wouldn't be any wars. You cannot have a war that is being fought by two sides who are open-minded and compassionate and present and aware of their mortality and aware of the infinite nature of the universe. If two sides are all aware of this, then there cannot be any war, because who are you at war with but yourself? So that's the message I wanted to share. So if you want to end war, if you want to make this world a better place, look in the mirror and start with yourself, and start with the quality of your mind. And the best way that you can improve the quality of your mind is not by sitting down with it all day long and talking and writing and whatever. All that stuff is useful, don't get me wrong. But there is one overarching lever, which is actually to sit with your mind with a proper meditation practice and to allow the mind to calm down regularly. And when you just just do that, everything else starts to take care of itself. So I'm gonna link a video that I filmed a couple years back where I teach how to do exactly this meditation method that I'm talking about so that you can experience this for yourself. And then I would really love it if you could come back to this video and let me know how it went for you. And I encourage you to start doing it regularly. I've been doing it for 15 years. I don't do it every single day, but it never leaves me. I'm never more than a couple days away from sitting down again and letting the quality of my mind improve itself by me allowing my mind to calm itself down. Anyway, that's my message for today. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment, leave a like, blah, 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 all that shit. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.